So I have my pillow here. Feel free to grab something to sit on. And we'll just come into a comfortable seated position here. Perfect. So whatever that means for you, just settle into it. Feel free to move around. If there's any clicking or popping happening in the hips or anything, it's all good. Once you've settled, you can bring the hands to the legs. You can close the eyes if you haven't done so already. Maybe gently leaning back with the upper body, aligning the shoulders over the hips. Let's just check in with the breath here. How is the inhale? How is the exhale? Can you lengthen them? And let's just invite a little bit of movement into the body. And whatever seems good to you. Maybe you're just moving the upper body in circles. Maybe you're doing some cat and cow movement, seated. Maybe you're moving from side to side. Maybe you're doing something totally different. Just taking some time here to explore, waking up the spine, the hips, the shoulders. If you're moving in a circular direction, let's switch directions. And then let's make our way back to center. We'll do our box breath today. So it's a 4-count inhale, 4-count hold, 4-count exhale, 4-count hold with the lungs empty. As usual, I'll do the counting through the first few rounds, and then I'll just let you continue by counting in your head. So close the eyes, find a comfortable seat. If you have to switch anything around, feel free to do so. Let's take a deep inhale. Complete exhale. And then start your inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Continue counting on your own, counting in your head. Slowly start finishing up with the hold on the lungs empty. So take your time getting there, don't rush it. Finish up from wherever you are. When you're done, you can just continue breathing naturally. And we will draw some more circles with the upper body. Will be a good indicator for me to see if everybody's done. And let's switch directions. And coming back to center. Let's bring the arms over your head. Right wrist comes before the left wrist. And then let's bring the palms together. We've done this one before. You're gonna draw circles over your head. Your fingers are outlining the circle. And let's maybe focus especially on that movement when you're going back, because we tend to shorten that. So you really want to push all the way back. This will create this nice circular movement in the rib cage. And let's switch directions. And really focusing on having the fingers outline the circle. And coming back to center. Let's bring the left wrist in front of the right wrist. And then bring the palms back together. Do the same thing. Start drawing those circles over your head. Kind of like you're drawing them on the ceiling. And let's switch directions. And then coming back to center. Release the hands and slowly rain the fingers down to your sides. When the hands come down, gently drop your chin to your chest, feeling that lengthening in the back of the neck. You can even bring the hands to your knees, so that allows you to relax the shoulders more. And slowly lift the head up. And let's make our way onto all fours. Removing the pillow out of the way. Bringing the wrists underneath the shoulders, the knees underneath the hips. And let's really push the tops of the feet into the mat. Push the palms into the ground so you can feel that little, almost like a dome shape in your upper back. You can feel yourself moving away from the mat. You're pushing yourself away from the mat. Crown of the head is reaching forward. You're looking in between the thumbs. Gently engaging the core so that belly button is moving towards your spine. And with your next inhale, let's start rocking forward, bringing the shoulders over the fingers. Exhale, move back. Hips are pushing towards the back of the room. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Try keeping the tops of the feet glued to the ground while you're moving here. And coming back to center. Let's turn the fingers out to the sides and just move from side to side a little bit. So pushing the shoulders from left to right, really as far over as you can. You can continue with that core engagement here. This is a nice way to prep yourself for the practice itself, for the day that comes after. And then slowly coming back to center. And let's keep turning the fingers until they are pointing towards the knees. And as always, they don't have to go all the way. It's all good if you're somewhere in between. Let's bring the thumb towards the index finger so they're touching. And then with the inhale, slowly lean forward. Tops of the feet are pushing down. Exhale, lean back. Really feeling that big stretch in the wrists, the forearms, the palms. Inhale forward. Exhale back. And just keep moving this way. And the next time you're rocking back, stay there and just see if you can really go as far as possible here, really pushing those hips towards the back. It's also okay if the palms slightly lift off the mat, as long as the fingers are still glued to the ground. And continue breathing. And then let's sit down on the heels, releasing the hands and gently move it out here. You can do circles, you can shake it out, whatever feels good to your wrists. And then let's bring the arms over your head, palms are facing forward. We're doing our wrist strengthener. So we're opening and closing the fists by bringing the fingers to the fleshy part of the palm, creating that clapping sound. So it's kind of like an open fist. And let's see if we can speed this up here. And let's speed it up again. And one more time, give it all you've got. And then slowly release the hands down to your sides, letting the fingers rain down. You can keep the legs apart or you can bring them together, whatever feels better. And let's do some circles with the shoulders. Just using the inhale to move forward and up. And the exhale to move down. Let's hold on and come on to all fours. Tuck the toes under and slowly drop the belly and look up. Exhale, round the spine, chin to chest, coming into your cat. Inhale, drop the belly, look up. And then continue moving here, going through your cat and cow. If there's any extra sticky spots, feel free to stay there longer. Just really explore, see how it feels. And then coming back to center, keep the toes tucked under. Walk the hands slightly forward, just about a foot or so. So then let's use the next inhale to lift the knees off the ground, letting them hover. And then slowly, with the next exhale, lift the hips all the way up. Coming into your first downward dog here. You can walk the dog out. You can do anything that feels good. Really take a moment here. How's the body feeling? Where are the tight spots? Where do you feel like something is clogged up? You can really drop your chest here, drop towards your legs, letting the head hang down heavy. And with the next inhale, come up high onto the tippy toes. Exhale, bend the knees slightly, look in between the hands, and slowly walk your feet towards the hands. Taking a nice little walk here, coming up onto the fingertips towards the end, ending up in this forward fold at the front of the mat. Letting yourself melt down here, really letting the belly come towards the legs, bending the knees as much as you need to allow the belly to touch the legs. Head is hanging down heavy. You can have the hands on the ground, maybe they're floating, maybe they're holding on to your legs. So whatever feels good here for you. And slowly releasing if you have a bind. Let's use the next inhale to come halfway up, straightening the legs, maybe bringing the hands to your shins. Exhale, back down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, down. One more time. Inhale, half lift. Exhale down. Inhale, coming all the way up to standing. Bring the arms over your head. Exhale, hands to heart center. Close your eyes here, feeling the connection of your thumbs to your heart space, feeling your heartbeat, the warmth of your body. And gently blink open the eyes and bring the hands to your hips. We're going to do some standing leg raises. I'm going to face you just so it's easier for me. You can just stay where you are. And that left foot is our standing leg. You're going to use the inhale to lift the right leg up as much as you can. And the exhale to lower it down slowly. We're going to do 6 of those. So let's begin. Inhale, bring that right leg up. Exhale, lower down slowly. And 2. And 3. And 4. 2 more. Last one. Perfect. Switch legs. The right leg is the standing leg. And again, inhale to lift. Exhale to lower down slowly. And 1. Really focusing on that lowering. 2. 3. And 4. 2 more. Last one. Perfect. Let's shake it out. Come back to the front of the mat if you've moved. Inhale, let's bring the arms out and up, gaze follows. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Lift the right foot to the back of the mat, bringing the right knee down, releasing the back toes. Let's make sure the left knee is above the left ankle. And really let's start dropping the right hip down towards the ground. So you can feel that right hip flexor opening. You can come up onto your fingertips here. Gently lift the chest, lift the gaze to go forward. Then with your next inhale, let's bring the arms all the way up over your head. If you're looking for a little extra support, you can always tuck the back toes under here. Pushing the left hip back, right hip is pushing forward. And then let's slowly let the right hand move forward, left arm moves back. Maybe your gaze follows the left hand. So we're going into this little twist. Inhale, arms go back up. Exhale, bring your hands down. Keeping the right hand on the ground, use your inhale to lift the left arm up. Coming into an easy twist. If it feels good, you can tuck the back toes under and plank the back leg. Just making sure you're keeping the deep bend in the left knee. Maybe looking up towards the left hand. Exhale, bring your left hand back down. Stepping that left foot to the back of the mat, ending up in a high plank. You know your modifications here, so feel free to take them wherever you are, making sure the shoulders are over the wrists, crown of the head is reaching forward. And all the parts of the body that feel like they're sinking down, see if you can gently lift them up. For the next exhale, we're going to lower all the way down onto our bellies. Inhale, baby cobra. See if you can let the palms float just above the ground. Really squeezing the shoulders back and down, hugging the elbows in towards the body, tops of the feet are pushing down. And I recommend looking about a foot down in front of the mat. This will allow your neck to be nice and long. Exhale, bring the hands back down, bring your whole body back down, tuck the toes under, and then with your inhale, pushing yourself either into your high plank or all four, and then exhale to come back to your downward dog. 3 breaths in your downward dog. And then let's slowly step the right foot in between the hands. Let that left knee come down, releasing the back toes. Making sure the right knee is stacked over the right ankle. As always, if you're looking for a bigger stretch, you can always slide that back leg out further. And then we're going to focus on dropping the left hip down, coming onto your fingertips, lifting the chest, lifting the gaze, letting that left hip flexor expand. And with the next inhale, let's bring the arms up over your head, pushing the right hip back, left hip forward, feeling that lengthening, feeling that movement. And then let's let the left arm move forward, right arm moves back. Maybe you're letting your gaze go towards the back as well. You can always tuck the back toes under if that makes you feel more supported. Inhale, bring the arms back up. Exhale, hands come down, keeping the left hand down. Inhale, right arm lifts, coming into your easy twist. If you want to, you can plank your back leg here again. Again, making sure you're keeping that deep bend in the right knee. Exhale, bringing the right hand down. Let's step the right foot to the back of the mat. Bring the knees down and come into a child's pose. Let's bring the arms out in front of you. Play with keeping the legs together. Maybe your forehead can touch the ground. If you can't quite make it to the ground, you can use your pillow or a folded blanket or something to bring the ground closer to you. Let's just focus on inhaling all the way into your lower back. Feeling that push the lower back towards the back. So it's almost like somebody is pulling you back at the hip creases. With the next inhale, let's come back onto all fours. Settling in here. And let's take the next inhale to lift the right arm up towards the sky. Gaze follows. Exhale, thread the needle, but let the arm hover. The arm hovers just above the ground. The shoulder hovers just above the ground. Inhale back up. Exhale, thread and hover. Inhale up. Exhale, thread and hover. Inhale up. Exhale, hover. One more time. Inhale up. Exhale, thread the needle, this time letting the arm melt down, letting your temple or your cheek come down. The left hand can walk out to the front, maybe even walk towards the right front corner of the mat. It's kind of moving across. Play with the options, take whatever works best for your body. Maybe closing the eyes here. And slowly bringing that left hand back in. And use the inhale to push ourselves all the way back up. Right arm moves up, gaze goes up. Exhale, come back down. Inhale, left arm moves up, gaze follows. Exhale, thread and hover. Inhale up. Exhale, hover. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. This time letting that left arm melt into the ground. Letting the head rest on the ground. Walking the right arm out to the front if that feels good. Maybe over and across towards the left front corner of the mat. Feeling that stretch all the way into your armpit. And walking that hand back in. And with the next inhale, bring it all the way back up. Exhale, bring it back down. Inhale, drop the belly, look up. Exhale, pull the navel in, chin to chest. Let's do a couple more rounds of cat and cow here. Coming back to center. Let's step the left foot back, step the right foot back, coming into your high plank. You're more than welcome to take your modification. If your knees are lifted, make sure the hips are as high as the shoulders. With the next inhale, let's rock forward, bringing the shoulders over the fingers, over the hands. And you can do that while you're on your knees. Exhale, push back. Heels are pushing back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. This time, pull the hips all the way up, coming into a downward dog. 5 breaths here. Let yourself melt. And then keeping that left heel down. With the next inhale, lift the right leg up towards the sky. See if you can really lift it up as high as you can while keeping the right hip level to the ground. Pointing the right toes. That left heel stays grounded. And you're still playing with dropping your chest towards that left leg. So there's a lot going on here. Make sure you're not dumping all the weight into your wrists, but you're really pushing into the palms and the knuckles. With the next inhale, let's step that right foot in between the hands. Gonna make our way into a warrior one. So let's step that left foot slightly in, have that 45-degree angle in that back foot. The ankles are aligned. And then let's slowly bring the hands to the hips. Then really use the strength of the legs to bring yourself all the way up to standing. Deeply bending into your right knee. And then you can use your hands here to manually really push the left hip forward and right hip back. This will balance out so that both hips end up facing forward. Once you're happy here, you can bring the hands to heart center. Maybe bring them up over your head. And then if your arms are up over your head, we will do a little dance with the arms. With your exhale, I would like you to bend the elbows and pull the elbows down towards your hips or your waist. Palms are facing forward. Palms are facing inwards, sorry. Inhale, back up. Exhale, elbows pull down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Let's do 2 more like that. And the next time your arms are up over your head, let's straighten the front leg and then slowly flow down. Bringing the hands down to the ground. If you need a little bit extra support here, feel free to grab some blocks or some books or some extra pillows to bring the palms on top if you want to lift them up here. We're focusing on the hips, making sure that right hip is still pushing back, left hip is pushing forward. It's okay if that right leg has a bend in it. And then if you are not, let's make sure you're on your fingertips. And with the inhale, we're going to create a dome shape in the upper body. You're rounding here, maybe even bringing the chin to your chest. And then with your next exhale, we're going to melt down, letting go of the dome shape, and instead letting the belly button move down towards the right leg. You're trying to bring the belly and the chest down, the head just follows. You can stay on the fingertips, you can push the palms down, you can use any props. Making this accessible to your body today. And slowly bending the right knee, pushing the palms back into the mat. Step the right foot to the back. Settle in here. Push the right heel down. With your inhale, lift the left leg up towards the sky. Again, making sure the left hip stays level to the ground, pushing a little bit extra into the left hand, left shoulder down, pointing the left toes. And the next inhale, let's step that left foot in between the hands. Right foot comes down at an angle about 45 degrees, aligning the heels to be in one line. If that is too difficult for your balance, you can always imagine you're staying on train tracks. Then bending the left knee, bring the hands to your hips. We're going to come all the way up with the upper body. Use the hands here to pull the left hip back, right hip forward. Really feeling that opening in that right hip especially. And once you feel good here, you can bring the hands either to heart center or up over your head. Settling in here. Maybe the palms are touching, maybe you're holding that big beach ball. And then with the next exhale, let's pull the elbows down towards the hips or the waist, palms face inwards. Inhale. Exhale down. Inhale. Exhale down. Inhale up. Let's do 2 more. And then next time the arms are up over your head, straighten the left leg, and then use the exhale to flow down. Again, feel free to use any props here. You can bring your hands up on top of them. Make sure the left hip is pushing back, right hip is pushing forward, coming up onto your fingertips if that's possible for you. And we'll play with that dome shape in the upper body. So you're really pulling the belly button in, you're pushing the shoulders down, but the shoulder blades are lifting. Chin to chest. Remembering that it's okay if there is a bend in the left knee. It doesn't have to be fully straight. With the next exhale, let's let the belly melt down towards that left leg. You can adjust by bringing the palms down or do anything that makes it feel like you can lower down more. The belly is leading, chest follows. And the next inhale, let's bend the left knee, push the palms into the ground. And we're going to lift the right heel and step that back foot to the front of the mat to meet the left foot. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up to standing, bringing the arms over your head. Exhale, hands to heart center. Feel free to have the eyes closed. Take a couple breaths here. And gently blink open the eyes. Let's bring the hands to your hips. And let's start out with the left foot as your standing leg. We're going to lift the right foot off the ground, bringing that right knee to the point where it's as high as the hip. You can focus on one point to help you with the balance. Maybe engaging that left leg by gently pulling the kneecap up. You will feel how that really engages the quad. If that doesn't feel good, feel free to have that little softness in there. Then with the next inhale, let's straighten the right leg out in front of you. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. 2 more. Perfect. And then from here, let's guide that right leg all the way to the back, keeping it lifted, coming into an airplane pose, pointing the right toes. Kind of a little fun balance play where your right toes are pointing back and your right heel is lifting up simultaneously. It's okay if you lose balance here, you just make your way back into it. Really just keep lifting that leg, lifting the chest. With the next inhale, let's bring that right leg all the way back up, pulling the knee into your chest. Maybe grabbing that leg here, really pulling it up, up, up. And then slowly come back down. Shake it out here. And we'll do the other side. So coming back to stillness. Right leg is the standing leg. Bring the hands to your hips. And then slowly lifting the left knee to the height of the left hip. Maybe playing with lifting that right kneecap here. See what feels better, what gives you more stability. And then with the next inhale, straighten the left leg. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Let's do 2 more. Beautiful. And then from here, let's guide that left leg all the way back into your airplane pose. Again, the left toes are pointing to the back. The left heel is lifting up simultaneously, creating space between the shoulders and the ears, keeping the left hip level to the ground. This will help you with stability. And slowly pull that left leg all the way back up in front of you. Grab it with your hands and really hug it in. Release it down slowly. Shake it out. And let's bring the feet a little bit further than hip width apart with the toes pointing out. Bring the hands to heart center. And then by keeping the spine and the whole back basically as straight as possible, we will start bending the knees and come all the way down into Malasana. Little yogi squat. You can play here. Maybe move from side to side, settle into it, see how it feels. And then settling into stillness, pushing into the outer edges of the feet, feeling the inner arches lifting. And really feel as if you're dropping your tailbone down while the crown of the head is reaching up. So you're straightening as much as you can here. The elbows can definitely push the knees out slightly. If you need a little bit more space to open up the legs, you can do little pondering fingers. So your fingertips are touching instead of the whole hands. So we'll give you a little bit more leverage here. And then slowly, let's sit down on the mat. You can use your hands to help you. Now keep the knees bent, but lower down onto your back. Bring the legs into your chest, hug them in tightly. Trying to keep the tailbone on the ground. So we're trying to not round in the lower back. You will see how this really helps you to get into the quads and the IT bands almost, especially if you're extra tight in those spots. And let's let go of the legs and wrap the right leg over the left leg. And then let the feet hang down. We're going to grab either the outsides of the feet or the ankles with the hands. Your left hand will be on your right leg. Your right hand will be on your left leg. And you're just gently pulling the feet down towards the ground, relaxing the shoulders down. Back of the head is resting. And then let's keep the left hand where it is. Release the right hand, let it come out to the side, either straight or in that 90-degree cactus. And then slowly bring that right foot all the way over to the left. Maybe it's touching the ground. You can release the left leg, the bottom leg down towards the ground. Gaze can go up or over to the right. Feel free to have the eyes closed. And slowly bringing the legs back to center. You can use your core strength here. And then let's cross the left leg over the right leg, bending at the knees again. And then again, grabbing the outsides, either of your feet or your ankles. And then bringing the head and shoulders back down, letting yourself melt down here. Letting gravity basically do the work. And your right hand stays where it is. Left hand releases out to the left. And then let's bring the right foot, the left foot over to the right. Maybe releasing that bottom leg down to the ground. Letting the gaze either go up or over to the left. Remember, it's okay if that left foot doesn't touch the ground and is just hovering. It's all good. Wherever this is for you, just be there. And slowly make your way back to center. Let's hug the legs in one more time. And then slowly extending them out long. Moving into our final pose, moving into our Shavasana. Let's try to not get carried away into our to-do lists about all the things we have to get done before Christmas Eve today. And just be here for a few more moments, just with yourself, with your body, with your mind. Closing the eyes if you haven't done so already. And from here, you can slowly start wiggling your fingers and your toes. Let the movement spread out into your arms and your legs. Bring your legs together, bring your arms over your head on the ground, giving yourself a big, big stretch. And then slowly bringing the legs into the chest, giving yourself one more big, big hug. And then let's hold on to the hamstrings, the back of the legs, and roll back and forth about 3 to 4 times from your hips to your shoulders. Coming up into a seat. Nice little awakening. Keeping the eyes closed if that feels okay. Bring your left palm to your heart center. Right hand is attached to the ground. Fingertips are rooting. And then let's bring the palms together to heart center. May you be happy. May you be peaceful. May you be kind. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thanks for being on Christmas Eve today. I hope this gave you a nice start of the day and you're ready to tackle whatever else is on your list.